Chevy? Chevyland stands apart from the competition. Explore over 12 acres and more than 260 vehicles with truckloads of savings, like $10,000 off select new 2026 Silverado 1500s, 1.9% financing on Blazer and Silverado, plus the Chevyland Advantage, 12 months complimentary maintenance. That's peace of mind, only at Chevyland. And that's why we're #1 in North Louisiana. Come see the difference for yourself at Chevyland, your Silverado headquarters.
We have made it to the chase. Round 1 of 2 of the top 16 here for the checkered flag of Motorsports Speedway Monkey season number 5 here at Daytona. The Spinal Cord Injury Awareness sponsored by Bubba Winning, and of course we're presented to you all by MaxspeedTV. I do see Eric out there, Brendan, my brother. How are you all doing this evening? We do have 14 of the 16 chase drivers. We are missing 2. Well, now it looks like we're only missing 1, as I do see James Mayer has finally popped in here. So the only one we are missing now is Bubba Winningham, who is, of course, our sponsor out here tonight. I'm not sure if Bubba will be here or not, but we do have 15 of the 16 here this evening. I've already popped those pre-race analytics up here for everybody to take a look at. So not really bad out there. Air temp of 81, track temp of 88. Laps 80, 200 miles, unlimited tires, 50% fuel. So we are looking at about 14 to 18 laps on a fuel run here. Remember, it is only 80 laps, so I don't think they could really stretch it to the 20 mark, but, in the, a rare chance that they could, it would only be a 3-stop race. And I still think it's going to be, 3 stops guaranteed. But we do have to look at the bigger picture, and, if we get a few yellows out here tonight, that'll actually change things up as well. Now, pit road, 60 miles an hour with a pace speed of 70 here tonight. Now, taking a look at our top 16, only one driver really stands alone here, and that, of course, is our regular champion, Dana Osborne, who has that 25-point buffer from everybody else, because 25 bonus points going to the regular season champion, and he won it by 3 points. So that puts him really up there, all by himself, 25 ahead of everybody else. Nobody, this is in no particular order. Everything will change after tonight, going into round 2 next week, and that is going to be, of course, at Talladega. 2 races only in the first round, the top 16 and the top 8, and then we'll get into, of course, the final 4, where we have 3 rounds in that to decide a season champion. So Dana Osborne, Anthony English, Russ Hancock, Les Levy, James Mayer, Mark Mann, Lynn McNeese, Chris Brian Baker, Rick Sanchez, Paul Servant, Rick Seabrands, Sean Stevens, Donald Stewart, Joshua Westendorf, Nicholas Wing, and Bubba Winningham is your 16 chase drivers going into the chase here tonight. Like I said, Dana having that gap. Of course, I've got the chase driver graphic as well for everybody that is tuning in and is wanting to know who is in the chase. It's also in the driver bar, so if they do not have the chase graphic in the driver bar, they are not in the chase. Right now, Anthony English up in the top spot here in practice. Del Rapp and Donald Stewart rounding out the top 3 here. So we are going to go ahead, though, and step aside and play our national anthem here tonight. Down in the final 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Qualifying should be underway when we come back.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket track, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that Star Spangled Banner yet wave o'er the land under the frame, and the home of the brave. it's you and me. The name of the fray. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. Stand of the brave. The US of A. Oh, say, just that Star Spangled Banner, yeah, wave for the land of the free, and the
This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching MaxspeedTV.
All right, qualifying underway. Drivers already on their first lap. Chris Baker, Les Levy, Brian Ashball, Dave Hunt, just to name a few. We've got several that are out here. Rick Sanchez, Les, David O, Paul Servant, Russ Hancock. Actually at the exit of pit road here. Dale Rapp, Brian Baker, Schroeder, Westendorf, Ashball, like I said. Dana Osborne at the exit of pit road. Andy Bergante, Dave Hunt, James Mayer, and Adam Kilday. And Bubba Winningham has jumped in here. So we have all 16 chase drivers in the race lobby here tonight. So awesome job. Glad Bubba was able to make it. I wonder if Bubba forgot. It's like Moose Pie out there in chat. How you doing? I also see Player WM86. I know that name from somewhere. Oh, it's been a while. James Mayer, Andy Bergante. Of course, Andy Bergante winning Monday, Wednesday, and yesterday. Rick Sanchez. Shall not. Paul Servant going to the top now. Wow, they keep changing on me, so it's kind of hard to determine on who's going to get the pole because, you know, well, they keep going back and forth. So one lap, and that's all they get. Anthony, Del Rapp, Westendorf, Dana Osborne, and Adam Kilday is all on their first lap. Russ Hancock will be starting his lap the next time by, as well as Sean Stevens. And it looks like Del Rapp is going to go into that 12th spot. Westendorf is going to go into 11th. That's qualifying right now. Paul Servant up in the top spot here. We'll see where Anthony goes. Nick Wing, Dana. Looks like Dana is going to be finishing up his lap this time. A 55.02. And it's going to be good enough for second. And wow, 26 seconds of a second ahead of Paul Servant. Anthony English going to the top spot. Anthony really good, really consistent about getting the pole, or being close to it anyway. I know there's times he'll get, you know, P2, P3 to start it off, but he's usually up there in the top three unless he has a bad qualifying. And with that lap, Donald Stewart going to go into 10th. Yeah, it's the the same trucks. It's the new trucks. Yeah, it is the new truck. So coming down to the final 15 seconds, and Anthony English is gonna come away with the pole out here tonight. Let's go and get him up here real quick. Anthony, another pole for you. Congratulations, bud. Starting it off up front, round one of the chase, man. And all 16 chase drivers are out here. But not only do you got to worry about them, you got to worry about everybody else, too. How you feeling?
Cool.
That's all he's got for you, everybody, is cool.
No, I'm feeling good. I mean, it's we'll see how she goes, but yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes.
Just see how it goes. Just one lap at a time, all right?
Yeah, I mean, good group of guys over here, so you just never know what can happen. I mean, it could be a wreck fest, or it could go green, so you kind of got to be ready for both.
Green to checker. What we're gonna have out here tonight. Spoken in existence. Here we go.
Yeah. He said.
Alrighty, Anthony. Well, tires not going to be a problem. 50% fuel. It could come down to a fuel strategy run out here tonight. We don't know. We don't know how it's going to play out until, closer to the end of the race. So, 2 fast repairs, 2 GWC attempts. So, starting off strong, buddy. Up front, you got Paul Servant, Dana Osborne, Rick Sanchez, and Andy Brigante up there with you, top 5. So, we'll see how everything plays out, buddy. Awesome job on the pole.
Thank you much, man. Hopefully, we're chatting at you a little bit later.
I guess we'll find out. 80 laps, bud. Good luck.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. We'll get him back down there to his racy room, and we will get him on the grid. All right, here we go. Chase drivers up front here. Row 1 and looks like row 1 and row 2, and we're going to start with row 1. Our pole sitter, Anthony English, with the pole. Paul Servant, I'm going to start on the outside of him in second. Dana Osborne, our points leader by 25 points, regular season champion. He is going to start in third. Rick Sanchez, shall not. They're in fourth, and Andy Brigante rounding out the top 5. Row 3, James Mayer as well in 6th. Row 4, Andrew Schroeder, Adam Kilday. Row 5, top 10, Les Levy, Donald Stewart. Row 6, Chris Brian Baker, Sean Stevens. Row 7, Nick Ling, Dave Hunt. Row number 8, David O, Russ Hancock. Row number 9, Joshua Westendorf, Brian Ashbrook. And top 20 is Des Rath. So that's actually going to put Mr. Rick Seabrands there in 20th. Row 11, Dusty Burkhart, Mark Mann. Row 12, Michael Pratt, Alex Giffen. Row 13, Bubba Whittingham, Lincoln Dees, and our 7 truck field. David Palmer is going to round out row number 14. I got to say, 27 trucks out here is not too shabby at all. It has an anti-cheat software, but there are people who know how to get around it, which is kind of sad, to be honest with you. Not saying any of these guys know how to, but in the iRacing community in general, there are people who have got caught because they have gotten around the anti-cheat software. So it can be done if you know what you're doing. Yeah, it's sad. It really is. It really is. All right, here we go. Pace car down to the safety of pit road for the first time here tonight. Gotta go on green. Here we go. Buggity, 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 folks. We are Chase Racing here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that volume down just a little bit. I think it blew somebody's eardrums out. All right. Remember, 80 laps out here tonight. There are no stages, so straight up racing. We are door to door out of 4 here. To the line, first lap. Gonna go to Paul Servant. 1 lap down, 79. 4 laps to go. Using speaker. Oh, I've got my headphones on, but I turned it down, so it's not blowing my eardrums out. I actually was smart and went into the master volume in iRacing and actually turned that down. That way it's not blowing out my eardrums. I pulled a Stephen Lane out there, who is actually surprisingly not in chat right now. He might be sleeping. I know he's still recovering from his surgery, so. Watching the outside line. I don't know right now. It's looking like outside line going to be dominant again. We seen that yesterday at the lane of Daytona. The outside line was dominant. It's looking like right now it's going to be that way again here tonight at the new Daytona. The outside line really comes into play. We'll keep an eye on the bottom though. Anthony English, Dana Osborne. Looks like the 13 of Andy Brigante. More on him here in just a second. Andrew Schroeder, the 77 of Brian Baker. You know, these guys on the bottom. We will keep an eye on them to see if maybe they can get something going down here. But, you know, right now it's still early, but right now that top line is where you want to be. And at the tail end, David Palmer just looks like he's just going to hang out back here. Might make a late race run toward the end. And, you know, it's always good to see these non-chase drivers, too, pull out a victory. So I will be rooting on a non-chase driver. I love to see non-chase drivers get the victory. So my pick tonight is a non-chase driver. I don't care who it is. Adam Kildare, Dave Hunt, Andy Brigante, Andrew Schroeder, David O, Brian Eschball, Michael Pratt, Del Rapp, Giffen, Burkhart, Palmer. I don't care. I don't care who it is, as long as it's a non-chase driver. Sean Stevens up close to the wall. Dave Hunt directly behind him. Looks like the 8 did move up to the top line. Dana Osborne, he was behind the 44 of Anthony. And it looks like Anthony kind of fell back here a little bit further. Anthony is top side as well. So we have had drivers that was on the bottom that did move to the top side, knowing that is where that third line is. Now, is it going to stay top side? Will that top line be that way throughout the whole race? Well, I guess we'll see. Right now, that is where it's at. 62 of Les Levy leading the bottom here with the 13 of Andy Brigante. And said I would talk about Andy here. Of course, Andy winning Monday in OP, Wednesday OP, yesterday in OP, and of course tonight back at it here, you know, with the CFM. So, you know, could he make it 4 for 4 in the week racing with these guys and winning tonight? Andy has got to be a heck of a driver. So it would be too far-fetched if Andy was to somehow, some way pull out the victory here tonight. So definitely be watching Andy Brigante here throughout the race, and everybody else too. Not going to forget about anybody else. Looks like Bubba Winningham now at the tail end here. Bubba going to do Bubba things. Looks like Bubba's got the number 6 back on his truck here, so we got the right numbers. I think everybody's in the right numbers here. I don't think we have any hiccups when it comes to CFM. I think everybody is assigned a number, and that's what you get, so... Yeah, it was yesterday, Eric. Yeah, you had that Oreo something or another. Couldn't remember what it was, but yeah, that's what you had. I know you was talking about it. Yeah, it was yesterday. I know it made me want an Oreo flurry from McDonald's. And I don't eat much ice cream either. I don't eat much sweets at all, to be honest with you. Not really. I mean, I'm a sweet person, but I don't eat much sweets at all. I don't know. I get a craving for a chocolate here and there, and then I'll eat it, and then I'll be good to go for another, 3 or 4 months, 5 months, or whatever. And there are some days where I'll eat chocolate, 2 days, back-to-back days, but it's very rare. Well, Eric, you're old, so, no wonder you brain farted. I gotta pick on you, Eric. Well, all right, lap number 10 here. 9 laps completed. We are on lap number 10. Run down to the bottom with Rick. Woo! Moving on the outside with Sanchez, Beard, Lade, Levy. It looks like the top 5 kind of getting a little bit of a gap here. Donald Stewart and company is coming up on them once again. You can get something going on that outside line. Here's Andrew Schroeder, coach him up. Schroeder there on the bottom. Sean Stevens, Dave Hunt on the outside. There's Brian Baker in the mix here too. Yeah, where is Ginger before we see pit stops? Exactly. Somebody could be racing. Dana could be racing, so in real life, so therefore they may not be here. I don't know. I know it's a hit and miss with Ginger right now. She makes it when she can. John Stevens on the outside. They're going to be able to get something going. I see the line change. It's down on the bottom now. So I think everybody getting ready, getting set. Ready to go down pit road here in about a handful of laps. So I'd say within about 3 laps they'll be starting to come down pit road here. So that's why you see a lot of drivers on the bottom. Still have about 5 right now on the top side here, and then going back a little bit further. Everybody else, well, I'll say that, and looks like Lynn McNeese in the 84 and Michael Pratt in the 7 want to be different. They're going to be on the outside here, flying up to the drivers on the outside. Looks like they're going to try to get up there with a 21 of Nick Wing. Trying to get something going on. Whoa! And it looks like Nick Wing going correctly to the bottom. What a move, and that stacked everybody up. What a save by Seabrands. What a save by Burgard. Everybody else that was involved in this. That definitely could have been detrimental to some of the drivers back here toward the back. But everybody's okay for now. And Anthony English taking it back down to the bottom. The top side, now he's back on the bottom. We are in the window now for some pit stops, folks. So the window is open. John Stevens, Dave Hunt gonna either have to stay on the top side or find a hole down to the bottom if they're wanting to pit with everybody else, as well as the 7 of Michael Pratt here, but we'll be able to get down at some point out of turn number 4. It looks like ain't nobody coming down as of yet, so this is going to put them at lap number 15 here. David Palmer, Brian Eschball kind of falling back here. That's probably not a bad idea either. Due to the fact that we see a mess up toward the front, then, you know, they would definitely be able to get through it. Looks like the 7 of Michael Pratt going to the bottom, so he found a hole right up ahead of Anthony English. John Stevens, Dave Hunt still on the outside, though. Out of turn number 4. Here we go. We got some pit stops. Looks like Rick Sanchez, Paul Servant. Here we go. Sanchez, Servant, Levy, Stewart, Hancock, Westendorf, David O, Dusty Burkhart, David Palmer, and Bubba Winningham and Brian Eschball. So these all drivers down pit road, a pretty good group down pit road. So James Mayer now will be probably leading everybody else down here this time by. No black flags at the moment. And here we go. Adam Kilday, James Mayer, Andy Brigante, Schroeder, Stevens, English, Pratt, oh no, the 13, 27, 7, 04. We got pit road problems here, folks. Pit road problems. Oh, no. Andy Brigante coming down, and then he looped it. Then the 27 got into him, and then the 7 got into him. The 04 got into him, and it looks like the 21 got into the 04. So, yeah, major pit road problems. No yellow, no black flags. But, Eric, I think you were right. Where is Ginger? Well, this ain't real NASCAR, player. This is iRacing. So, looks like Brian Eschball has taken his truck behind the wall. Not entirely sure why, but he has. Andy Brigante has used a fast repair as well as Michael Pratt. Probably the issues on pit road. So, they are down to one fast repair. Taking back over the lead. Adam Kilday, Anthony English, Andrew Schroeder. That's the top 4. Rick Sanchez, Paul Servalis, Louis Donald Stewart, Lynn McNeese, Russ Hancock, top 10 off of pit road. Oh, 44 gave the 85 a shove. That shoved the 85 into the 95. Schroeder is trying to catch up here. Go cockpit here on Schroeder. He is in striking distance, but he is losing a little bit of ground. If he can steal some draft here, he can possibly catch up to him. about a half a second back now, so definitely in striking distance, but he's going to have to get a little bit closer, I would think. Gonna have to turn on some jets there, Andrew. Just saying. I think Anthony backed off a little bit to maybe try to pull Andrew up to him, and if he did, that definitely helped. Andrew now has caught the back bumper, but Sanchez has got a lot of company behind him and with him. Prossermont, Les Levy, Donald Stewart, Lyndon McNeese, Russ Hancock, all right here together. And Dave Hunt right here with Dana Osborne. Then you got Chris Brian Baker, Rick Seabrands, Dale Rapp, Alex Giffen, David O, Bubba Winningham, Dick Lee, Michael Pratt, Dusty Burkhart, Mark Mann, Sean Stevens, then Westendorf, David Palmer, and then Andy Brigante now kind of trapped by himself, no help after pit road problems. Definitely needs some help here. Ooh, Schroeder, stay off that apron there, buddy. I'm still here. I'm just kind of putting an eye out on everything. Everything's pretty much calm right now. Not a whole lot going on. A lot of single file going on, I guess you could say. Not really any battles per se to talk about at the moment. Everybody did a very good job of just, you know, winding down these laps. Which I think probably after lap 40, lap 45, lap 50, we're going to see a lot more, we'll see a lot more side by side. We'll see a lot more drivers trying to gain positions. Right now, though, lap 24, still relatively early. Mr. Black, how you doing, John? Whoa, Michael Pratt with a black flag. Not sure what happened to Michael here. Going into the corner. Oh, okay. Yep, that's exactly what happened to Michael Pratt. That's why he got the black flag, lost control, and then went down into pit lane through the cones. And that'll get you a black flag every time. And they will not clear those, I do not believe, because that is a racing incident. That's on Pratt. Pratt will have to serve it. And out of turn number 4, it looks like he is going to be coming down pit road now. We're going to go ahead and serve that black flag here. And it looks like he might have got another one here for speeding. Looks like he went and towed it to pit road. He might be... Yep, he went ahead and just took it behind the wall here. So down to 25 drivers here, and the only driver that just went a lap down is that number 13 of Andy Brigante. Don't count Andy out by any chance. Definitely could get that lap back pretty easily if he gets a yellow. Now, if he does not get a yellow, it will be pretty difficult. Yeah, that's unfortunate. For sure. But, you know, it happens. Oh, James, hang on to it, buddy. Wow, what a save by the 95 of James there. Wow. Looks like the 85 doing a little bit of rubbing through the triangle, and that is actually, I believe, what sent James there spinning here, and James was able to save it. Now, Sean Stevens has a black flag here, and looks like it might have been cleared. Not sure what was going on there, but nevertheless, Anthony English, Andrew Schroeder, Adam Kilday up front. James and Bear, Rick Sanchez, Leslie, Donald Stewart, Lynn McNeese, and now gonna have to try to get up and around Anthony English. He got caught drinking a Coke. We'll be coming up on Sean Stevens here, and pretty quickly, and that would, of course, put Sean a lap down. We are 12, 13 laps into this run, so they're going to be coming down pit road here in just a couple of laps. Once again, looks like Sean did go to the top side, just in case. And, yeah, he's not going to fight him, so he's just going to let Anthony English, Andrew Schroeder, Adam Kilday kind of get up to the back end here. That's going to put Sean Meyer a lap down now. Andy Brigante also a lap down. These two actually going for the lucky dog, but right now Andy on point to get it. If we, of course, get that yellow. Coming to lap number... Well, this will be a 14 stint for some, 15 for others. So about a lap difference. So we are now in that window once again for pit stops. Alrighty, Moose, take care. Have a good night. See you back tomorrow night, I'm sure. out of turn number 4. Here we go. Rick Sanchez coming down. 3-4-3 going sideways. That is Russ Hancock. So Rick, Les, Donald, Paul, Russ, Dusty, David, Bubba, all down pit road here. Would imagine we'll see Anthony English and company come down this time by. They have been out here 15 laps, so a couple of them out here 16 laps, so it looks like about 15, 16 laps is about all you can get. Yeah, here comes Anthony English, here comes Schroeder, black flag. Joshua Westendorf speeding down pit road. Looks like he'll get held here. Andrew Schroeder down pit road. Let me see, it looks like Rick Seabrand staying out. So English, Mayer, Schroeder, Kilday, Osborne, Hunt, Bryden Baker, Rapp, McNeese. Oh, and it looks like Dana has a black flag now. Oh, no. Well, black flag starting to hit, Eric. It looks like Rick Seabrand's coming down now, as well as Sean Stevens. Yeah, you don't really want to get any black flags now. Halfway mark will be in about 7 laps or so. Lap number 41 will be actually our halfway mark. Looks like Anthony English. Now, Rick Seabrand's is our leader. He will lead a lap on pit road. However, it looks like Adam Kilday will take over the lead here. But Seabrands did get the lap led, even though it was on pit road. He still got the lap led, so bonus point will be going to Seabrands. Adam Kilday trying to get a bonus point here for leading the lap. Schroeder's already got a bonus point. James has got a bonus point. Anthony's got a bonus point. I think they're actually going to let Adam lead a lap here, so yeah, black flags are, especially under green flag conditions, black flags are still, they can be costly for sure. Now, of course, if you get a yellow after you got a black flag, as long as you served it, and let's say it just put you a lap down, then really it didn't hurt you per se. But yeah, black flags definitely can be the make it or break it for sure. Now, I would rather miss my pit box and go around one more time to get a black flag, that's for sure. I'll have to agree to that one. Kilday still leading the way, still got some separation though. Now Rick Sanchez is leading this group. Paul Servant, Lyndon McNeese, Donald Stewart. Looks like Russ Hancock right back here with the 27. of Sean Stevens and the 4 of Rick Seabrand. Cannot serve the black flag under yellow. Nope. Now, if you got a black flag, unless it's a speeding penalty, if you're coming down pit road speeding and you haven't stopped yet, then at that point I would just go ahead and stop. But looks like Adam Kilday gonna back off here and let Schroeder take over the lead now with James Fair. Looks like Adam's gonna pull it in front of Anthony English. But, you know, yeah, if you're coming off of pit road and you get popped for speeding and get a black flag, then that's gonna hurt. Especially if a yellow comes out, because you have to serve it under green. Lap 38, lap 39 this time by. Pretty strong outing. I think things will start to heat up here before we get down to the end of the race, though. I think these guys really just want to wind down some of these laps here. But a big shout out to Bubba Winningham out here tonight, sponsoring tonight's race, Spinal Cord Injury Awareness. Chase race number 1 of the top 16 of 2. Next week, Talladega. Final race of the top 16, and after that, 8 drivers will be eliminated. It is not a win-in situation. You have got to get in on points. So you have to get all the points you can get in 2 races. So just because you get a win does not mean you are into the next round. Yeah, I think so, Eric. I think you're right. Well, here we go. Halfway mark here tonight. Lap 41. Get out here now. 8 laps. 9 laps in this run. Some, like Rick, 7. But halfway mark here tonight. I still think it's too early to save. Not take anyway. Andrew Schroeder, James Mayer, Adam Kilday, Anthony English. It's like Rick Sanchez coming up on him and company now as well. Everybody's starting to get packed up again. This could either be a good thing or a bad thing. I think now, though, once we start seeing more and more drivers get packed up, we will see more and more drivers pit together to try and stay together. Steven! There you are. I figured you'd be resting, bud. Dwayne out there got 20 bucks on Kilda, he says. I mean, he is a non-chase driver for CFM, so I'm actually rooting on non-chase drivers, to be honest with you. Schroeder actually being one of them, so. Oh, Steven, I hate that, buddy. Yeah, I know the feeling, man. There are days where I'm hurting. Today I've just not been feeling the adulting today for some reason. I don't know why. I think today is just one of those days I've just not been feeling it. But you know, if I can talk. Sometimes, even if I can't talk, I still broadcast. I just show the race. I've done that before. I think Eric, you've been part of it when I've just, you know, kind of showed the race and not talked when I had structure. So, you know, I've got to definitely be bedridden before I am not broadcasting because I hate missing races. God, I hate it. Your mom says kill day 2, huh? Okay, all right. That's not about. Oh, wow. Hang on to it, Schroeder. I know James is back here with you, but just hang on to it, buddy. Yeah, you got to take care of you first before you do anything else. All right. Lap number 13, lap number 14 for some. So getting into another round of pit stops here, and I think once we start seeing the leaders come down, I think everybody else will follow. I don't foresee really anybody taking any more chances. But then again, I've been proven wrong before, so. And Schroeder, though, doing Schrodering your thingies. Leading the way here. Now everybody, it looks like, still staying out, so nobody coming down at the moment. They are coming around, it looks like Bubba's winning again, though. Bubba lap down, Dana Osborne a lap down, Ian Pagante, David Palmer, Sean Stevens. Joshua Westendorf is a couple of laps down now. It looks like we are going to have Russ Hancock coming down. Russ was only out here 14 laps, so I'm not sure exactly why he is choosing to pit now and by himself. But then again, that's Russ for you. Maybe banking on a yellow? I mean, it's a possibility. She's historically an English fan, though. Oh, okay. Anthony is, you know, not a bad driver to be a fan of. I mean, Anthony is one heck of a driver for sure. I just like seeing good racing, clean, hard, good racing. That's really what I like seeing. And I always love seeing the underdog, you know, bring it home in the victory lane, too, so. Looks like Paul Servant, Rick Sanchez, Donald Stewart didn't come down. Bubba! Black flag speeding off of pit road. Oh, no, that's going to hurt. Looks like we're going to have a handful of drivers come down. Oh, no, the 84 Flynn McNeese. Black flag. Schroeder, black flag. Brigante, black flag. Oh, no. Black flag striking hard this time around. Oh, and that's gonna hurt too, because looks like Andrew and Lynn both gonna get held here. Bubba's having to come back down pit road. Got some more drivers down and off of pit road. It looks like Kilday is down pit road. Here comes C-Brands. I would assume Bryden Baker, Mark Mann, Alex Giffen. Yep, here they come down pit road now. Get it woed down, guys. We've already seen drivers get popped for speeding on pit road, so that's hurt several drivers already tonight. Adam Kilday currently is your leader, but oh no! We got a yellow! We got a yellow! Dana Osborne. Oh, something happened here with Westendorf too. So we had a combination of things. So let's see what happened to Westendorf. It looks like he was coming off of pit road and got a little bit too heavy on the gas here and right up onto the track, and it looks like the 8 did the exact same thing further down the track. Dana Osborne right here doing the exact same thing. Oh, he was bent out of shape. Yeah, he was all bent out of shape. So he's going all squirrely. And then, of course, we seen Westendorf. Now, he backed it all the way down the track here, too. But yellow was already out. Eric. Hey, Bubba. Lap 51. Well, I gotta say, though, 50 laps or so, green flag, man, that's outstanding. Now, this is gonna change things up a bit, for sure, when it comes to pit strategies, but it'll put them at about lap 65 or so. It'll be close on fuel, but they're gonna have to pit at least one more time regardless. So looks like Anthony English gonna go ahead and stay out. Adam Kilday is down pit road, but Alex Giffen. It's like Alex, Adam, James. We've got some drivers coming out. I think Anthony and Alex was the only two that actually stayed out. Everybody else come down pit road. So, wow, that was amazing, man. All right. Well, let's pick on our first contestant here on the MaxspeedTV game show. David O here, buddy. David, you're going to be our first contestant here, bud.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Well, David, I gotta say, 50 laps, green flag, had a little bit of a hiccup there coming off of pit road by a couple of drivers. But I gotta say, man, that was some pretty clean driving out there. Everybody kind of got separated and then bunched back up together. And now everybody's definitely bunched back up together. But, man, what's it like down there on the track, bud?
After the last 50 laps is pretty boring, but hey. Think we needed a radio in the car. Better fall asleep.
About to fall asleep. Well, I know we're coming down. I think guaranteed one more stop for sure. For sure, one more stop.
Oh, yeah,
Y'all cannot make it from here.
No.
That second though, that second round's gonna be definitely close if we stay green, which I know definitely y'all's capable of doing it. But man, what's it gonna take out here to pull the upset?
Just getting up front, staying up front, and hitting your pit stall correctly, which I haven't been able to do all night. So,
Well,
but, as long as you get in and out of your box correctly, right speed, don't speed. There's been a couple speeding penalties tonight. So.
yeah, we've had several of those, man, and that hurts. That hurts.
Yeah, I think Bubba just got one. Joshua had one, I think. So.
Yeah.
Just have a clean pit road and stay up front.
Yep, that's
all
what you got to do. All righty, David. Well, good luck down there to you, buddy. I know we're coming down to the wire here of the race, so I'm not going to keep you any longer. Lights are off for the pace truck. So good luck to you, David.
All right. Thank you.
Yep. All right, we're going back down there to race one. It looks like he is actually down there with Bubba and Dusty Burkhart and Joshua Westendorf here too. So. Got a couple of teammates he's working with. We are, well, pace car lights. They're not using the truck for the trucks. So, pace car lights are off. Got Anthony English, Alex Geffen, James Mary, Adam Kilday, Rick Sanchez, Les Levy, Paul Servant, Donald Stewart, Russ Hancock, Del Rout, Dave Hunt, Rick Seabrands, Mark Mann, Lyndon McNeese, Chris Bryden-Baker, Dusty Burkhart, David O, who we just talked to, Andrew Schroeder, Nick Ween, David Palmer, rounding out the top 20. 20 drivers, top 20 on the lead lap. Andy Bergante, Dana Osborne, and Sean Stevens, one lap down. All three of them one lap down. Bubba Winningham a couple of laps down here, as well as Westendorf. Of course, we know those black flags, man, they can hurt. They can definitely hurt. All right, here we go. Back underway here tonight after yellow there. A bit of off-camera road mistakes by a couple of drivers. Not going to mention any names. But Dana Osborne and, well, yeah. I believe that other one was Westendorf. So yeah, not mentioning any names, but you know. All right, a lap 55. Alex Giffen looking to lead his first lap here tonight, and you know, although the non-chase drivers are still trying to better themselves standing. So, you know, points do matter to them as well. It betters their overall points deficit going into the, of course, you know, end of the whole season. So, you know, these guys just racing it just like everybody else. Of course, the chase drivers got a little bit more to lose than they do as well. You know, these guys trying to make it into the next rounds, and you know, they, like I said, they got a little bit more on the line. Not discounting, you know, the non-chase drivers at all, but really watching the playoff drivers. Side by side. I haven't really seen any three wide out here tonight, but now that I've said it, I imagine I'm going to end up seeing it before we're all done here tonight for sure. I'm sure there are drivers down there listening to the broadcast saying, "Yep, no three wide yet," and I'm sure they're going to probably think that it's go time and 3 wide go time. So at the moment, though, side by side through the field. Lap 57 here, folks. Well, Melvin, that's what happens when you get under a yellow. It bunches everybody back up. So, you know, that's kind of what we're at right now. Until we get another round of pit stops, get everybody spread out again. Which I don't really foresee these spreading out happening. I think we're going to see a lot more the drivers come down together and pit stops happen. Especially like pit stops happen, then we'll see a bunch more come down together. Heck, we could see the whole field come down together for all I know. If that happens, then, whoa, 99, 44 up into the wall. Wow, kind of upset that outside line some, and that has allowed Adam Kilday, Rick Sanchez, Paul Servant, kind of get up and get around here. Shall not up front for the first time. Gonna lead this lap. Bonus point going to him. I got it. Now, I listened to most of it. I really haven't listened to it all yet, but I have listened to most of it. I have listened to it. I was wondering where the car sounds came from, to be honest, so I'm glad you let me know on that. All right, well, Rick did lead a couple of laps here. Adam back out front onto the outside with Alex Giffen. Looks like Les Levy on the outside. Adam Kilday dropping it down to the bottom here. He's up ahead of the 5 and now. Adam, Rick, Paul, 343 of Russ Hancock. 3 wide back here. There's that 3 wide. Yep, I knew it was not going to last long. We're definitely going to keep an eye out on this. Whoa! That was gay. Dana Osborne coming way down. Now the 99 of Giffen and the 21 of Lean caught on the outside. Got a lot of single file. 20 to go here tonight, folks. Down to the wire of the race. It'll be 19 to go here at the stripe. But Anthony English been out here 13 laps. Oh, somebody. Oh, Donald Stewart has a black flag. He is all over the track. What happened to Donald? I think he did the same thing. Yep. Did the same thing. Down off the track and in between the cones. And that'll get you a black flag every time. Oh. Well, Anthony English, like I said, has been out here 13 laps. I would imagine that he will come down. He might even have to come down before everybody else comes down, and if he does, that's gonna hurt. Now he's been out here 14 laps. We've got 18 laps to go, so... Well, I know how it is being cooped up in the house, Steven, after my heart surgery. Oh, my golly, I think I was going stir crazy, which I had other reasons to go stir crazy, too, so, you know. I think that's why I went back playing cornhole as soon as I did, because I just couldn't be... Took his truck behind the wall. He's done for the evening. Looks like Bubba Winningham is on pit road. He's been on pit road for a little over 4 minutes, so he might be done for the evening. Wow, Eric. A little wobbly on the outside line. Hang on to it, Les. All right, coming to... There'll be 15 to go at the strike. They've been out here at about... I think they might be able to make it. On one more pit stop here, and Anthony's gonna have to come down at some point, though. He has been out here 16 laps. And I know he can save a little bit of fuel in the draft, but he's probably gonna be, yep, here we go. We're gonna have pit stops this time by. Got a handful of drivers down pit road. Let's see who they are. Oh, and we get a yellow at the same time. Oh, big wreck. Wow, big wreck. Well, where did this start? Where it looks like the 52 here. Dale Rapp? So what happened to Dale here? It looks like Dale, so he was on the bottom. And, oh, right there, the 62 of Les Levy. Dale was coming up on the hot tamales machine, and Les Levy was right there, and there it is. This is where it all started. That sent Dale up into the wall, and then Dave Hunt, nowhere to go. The 62 of Les Levy right there as well. Let me find Dave here. Like I said, Dave, just innocent bystander on this one. Les comes down right into Dave. That shot Dave up into the wall. 64 of Len McNeese, the 21 of Nick Wing, going to get involved. It looks like Westendorf is also going to get a piece of this as well. The 92, yep. Going to get a piece of it. Alex Geffen going to slam Dave Hunt. He's going to get a piece of it as well. So a big wreck. Well, this is going to change things up a bit, because now everybody is going to be able to come down pit road. Everybody is going to be able to get fuel. So fuel strategy, I guess you can throw that out the window. Because now it's going to be all about who can finish. Steven. Get some sleep, bud. Them meds, man, I know that knock you out. No, they did me for sure. It looks like Rick Sanchez staying out. Looks like a lot of black flags. So James Mayer, Andrew Schroeder, Mark Mann, Andy Brigante, Joshua Westendorf. We might see a few of them that are cleared. Might be passing under yellow or stuff of that nature. So definitely will be cleared if that is the case. So Rick Sanchez. So I got Adam Kilday as our leader. Russ, David O, Dusty Burkhart, and here comes Rick Sanchez back up through here. Trying to see where it all lines everybody out at. Right now I've got Rick in fourth, and I've got Adam as our leader. So we'll see where everybody gets lined out, back out here. Oh, that was weird. All right, I think we're back. Drop connection there for a second. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, bub. Just all of a sudden dropped connection and then it came back. So, Eric. I mean, I know a lot of people that do. But, oh man, yeah, it makes me sick as well. Love the smell of it. Oh, ain't no sense in doing all that, bub. I don't know why your anxiety's so high. All right, here we go. Pace car. We'll dive down to the safety of pit road. Green flag, 11 to go. Remember, 2 fast repairs, 2D, 2 GWC attempts if need be. Adam Kilday, Russ Hancock, Rick Sanchez, David O, Lynn McNeese. Top 5. Sick. Yeah, more willpower than that. Well then, keep going. Stop talking that nonsense. All right, this time by 10 to go. 3-4-3 Russ Hancock on the bottom. Several chase drivers up here as well. Sam Price, Paul. Right now, Adam Kilday leading the way here, door to door up front. 85-3-4-3 doing some rubbing. Sprayed paints a little bit. See if they can do something on that top line here. Bottom line got going. Now that bottom line's kind of started to dwindle down here, but watch that 3-4-3 of Russ Hancock, because he has already shown that he can get that bottom line moving and a grooving. Sure. Really close to that wall. 9 to go. Still too early to try to make any type of major moves. I think you really got to wait and see what happens here. And whoa, big checkup going on back here. Wow. That shook everything up. Now everybody back here going single file. Everybody gonna have to get back in line. Shook up that bottom line too. Any trucks down there. Let's see if they can get something going with about 5 trucks compared to, well, I don't know how many they got on the outside. 9. And it looks like that bottom line started to form up once again here, so gotta watch old Mark Mann back here, because, oh no, and I think Mark just spun Dave Hunt. Dave going around Mark upon the track, Dave going sideways, no yellow on that. Real quick, MaxspeedTV rewind here. Looks like right there, ooh, well, Mark was done on the bottom. Dave was right there on the outside. Can't really look at it, but I know there's probably not going to be some happy campers out there. I think a little bit more hungry hippos than anything. Checkup sounds like ketchup, yeah. Catch it up to do. Laps to go. And of course, racing did not deem that as a yellow, so no yellow thrown. Coming down to the wire here, though. 6 laps. That bottom line still not really moving and grooving yet. All right, 5 to go at the line. Here we go. 5 to go. Well, we got to watch that bottom line. Man, 3-4-3 of Russ, man. They get going, and then just something happens. It just kind of just don't really get anything moving. And here they come out of turn number 4 once again. Can Russ get something going? Not at the moment. Coming to the line, though, 4 to go here at the stripe. Well, now we're going to go ahead and talk about it. If we get a yellow between now and the white flag, that will set us up for a GWC attempt. We get 2 attempts at it. If we get a yellow between now and the white flag, we will be under that GWC attempt. Hopefully they can finish this out under regulation and we don't have any overtime here, but you know, as close as they are racing right here, folks, I mean, anything definitely could happen. We are definitely going to have to watch it. Three to go here at the line. 12 more turns. Adam Kilday, 26 laps. He has led 84. Oh, where is the 84? There he is, Lynn McNeese. Wow, I thought for a second they were going to go 4 or 3 wide back here, but they decided to not do it just yet. 3 to go, and that bottom line kind of fell to pieces at the moment. 2 to go here, folks. 2 laps to go. Gotta make it around to the white flag. The 77, now the 44. Woo! Got some movement going on. These drivers trying to make a last-ditch effort here. Gotta get to the white. Coming out of turn number 4, almost there. We are going to be wrecking, but there is no yellow. White flag in the air. One more time around. All right, well, watching the 44. Watching the 4. They're trying to make a move down to the bottom. What's going to happen? They're going to be wrecking the 5 going to the bottom. Right in front of the 44. Door to door. The 85, the 5, the 44. Who is it going to be at the line? The 85 going to win it here tonight. Upset City, folks. Boom! Googly moogly. Here we go. Wow! Adam Kilday, Rick Sanchez, Paul Sermont. Top 3, and Adam Kilday with the upset. Bringing it home into victory lane. Wow, what a battle there at the end, though. What a move Rick Sanchez made. I mean, I got to give him credit. That was a move. I mean, you got to do what you had to do. So, all right. Well, Adam Kilday with the win, Rick second, and Paul third. Looks like Adam going to burn it up here on the front stretch here, and I'll get the top three. It looks like Adam and Rick going to trade some paint here up front as well. So I'll get the top 3 up here for the MaxspeedTV post-race show, folks. And, you know, that upset, man, playing Adam out here playing spoilers. So, awesome job. It's like, there we go. Now I think I got it fixed. All right. So give me just a few seconds, and I'll have them up here. So hang tight, folks. So we will be right back. folks. Well, caught up with the top three here, and well, we're gonna pull up our third place finisher here. Let me go ahead and get that winners up there. I got the winner up top there. So let's go ahead and get down here to the three. Paul Servant. Paul, good points night for you. I know everybody's needing the points in the first two races. Well, the only two races in the top 16. So got to get everything you can get here. And good start here tonight, man. Finishing third, you led 14 laps. You even started up toward the front there in second. Overall, I gotta say, man, it was a great race. We went, pretty much 50 laps, green flag. We had some hiccups, and a few, two yellows. That was it. And I gotta say, man, it was, it was knuckle racing out there here pretty much all night long, even when y'all was spread out. So, man, talk about it. What was it like down there? First race of the top 16, buddy.
It was awesome. You want to have a good points night. That's the goal. I was going to stick with Sanchez the whole run there, so I wasn't going to try anything. So worked out. Got a third spot. Bonus, well, not bonus points, but points. We need, you got to be up there to. I think we're doing a 10 race points. It's all on points. There's no eliminations. We're all racing, and the guy with the top points after 10 races wins the championship.
No, it's elimination.
Is it?
It's elimination. Yeah, you got two races in the top 16, two races in the top 8, and then you got three races with the top 4 drivers. So yeah, it's elimination.
Okay, I thought it was the other way around, but all good. We did what we needed to do.
Yeah. You definitely did what you needed to do here tonight for sure. Got a good start, got a good points. Had a good points tonight. Of course, I know we're going into into next week with it being the last race. There's only 2 races in the top 16 tonight and next week. Next week, Talladega. It's a much wider track. A lot more can happen. I'm sure a lot more. I'm not going to say it in a bad way, but I'm sure a lot more will happen. We're going to have a lot more packs. But
I hope so.
Yeah. Green flag pit stops though. We seen it tonight. Definitely can spread things out.
Yeah, the draft package sucks. The guy's a second and a half in front of you. You should be able to catch up. You should still be catching their draft. Yeah, I really don't like these draft packages they've done to most of all these cars. I think the Gen 4 Legacy is like the best draft package right now. Hope we go back to that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see. I don't know exactly what it's gonna be going into next week or even next season. I just take it race by race and we'll see what happens. But Talladega next week, much wider track. You got the good points going into it. So what's gonna be the mindset now? Having a good race tonight. What's it gonna be going into next week?
Same thing. This try and stay up. The top 5, top 10. Most of for the race and avoid all the trouble and hope it don't spread out because of the draft package. And you just gotta get those points. That's the most important thing is to get those points, right? And if I'm in 6th place, I'm gonna stay behind the guy in 5th place because 6th place is a good finish for points. I'm not gonna try and do anything stupid and get more. It's very important to get the points.
Yeah. You're not gonna wreck somebody or make it 4 wide just to
It depends on who it is.
Okay, it depends on who it is.
Just joking.
Okay, I ain't gonna lie, Paul. I'd wreck you for an Oreo. So
There you go. There you go. And a glass of milk.
Yeah. Gotta have the glass of milk too. Go along with it. Yeah. I mean, a lot can happen. I guess we'll find out what happens going into next week. But awesome job out here tonight, Paul. Man, good points night for you. I'm sure you've got a few final thoughts, shout-outs, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate your P3 out here tonight. So I'll turn the mic back over to you, buddy.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Well, thanks for you guys broadcasting the league, Davo, and all the admins what they do, the fans watching. Happy for Adam for winning, and great working with Rick Sanchez all night, man. We were hooked up all night. So that was fun. Working with another team, it doesn't really happen often. So, hats off to him. Good job. And yeah, we'll get at it next week, man. Hope
Yeah.
everybody enjoyed.
Yeah, get at it next week, buddy. We'll go celebrate your finish out here tonight. We'll see you next week, buddy. Awesome job.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, bud. All right, well, that is going to bring us to the man, the myth, the legend. Shall not. Oh, man. Well, Rick, man, I got to say, dude, you fought tooth and nail out here tonight as well. I mean, you led a couple of laps. Of course, I know you was hoping to edge by Adam there at the end, but, hey, it didn't work out. But, hey, I got to say, the first chase driver here, Paul was right there with you, but definitely,
Good
got
points.
got good
Right.
points. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't necessarily trying to get by Adam because I was trying to stay with him the whole time and stay cool till the last lap, And when I started seeing him coming up on the bottom, I thought at least I'll protect my second position because I didn't think I was going to get by Adam down there. That bottom lane just dies.
Yeah. Well, although it didn't it didn't work out for you winning the race, it worked out for you points wise. Of course, with only 2 races in the round of 16, you know, uh, you got to get the points. I mean, because
Yeah.
it's all about points.
Yeah, and the goal was to try to stay up front the whole race, and pretty much did. We got a little back on the pit stops, but we were able to get caught back up, and then after that, just trying to stay up front the whole time.
Yeah, and man, pit road problems out here tonight. I mean, speeding penalties on pit road.
Exits.
Yeah,
There's a
pit
couple crazy exits.
exits. We also had wrecks on pit road. Man, that can bite you.
Yep, them pits are important. You can make them, break them.
Yep, exactly. Well, Talladega next week, final round of the top 16. There's only 2 races. So Talladega next week, much wider track, got good points going into it. So how you feeling about Talladega? What do you got to do?
I feel pretty good. I think this might be a little bit different as far as lanes. Talladega, you can get the bottom going, and so we'll just have to see. It just depends on who you got in line with you.
Yeah. It looked like you and Paul was working really well together here tonight. I know he was saying something about it too.
Yeah, well, we kind of got down on the pit, so we had to work hard to get caught back up, but we did, and I think Lynn was with us too on one of those. We helped get caught back up.
Huh? Yeah, it worked out for you. So yeah, Talladega next week. Much wider track. Hopefully we can get all 3 lines going. We'll just run 3 wide for 80 laps. How about that?
No kidding.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens at Talladega next week. Awesome points night for you tonight, Rick, buddy. I know your mom was out there watching as well. So hey, good points night. Final thought, shout outs, things you want to get before you go celebrate your P2, buddy, and get ready for Talladega.
Shout out to CFM and Dave and Bubba over there. Bubba for sponsoring this Spinal Cord Awareness 200. Shout out to MaxspeedTV and y'all over there putting on a good show for us. And shout out to the fam.
All righty, Rick. We'll go celebrate your P2 out here tonight. Get ready for the final race of the top 16 next week at Dega, buddy. Awesome job.
All right, we'll catch you next time.
All right, Rick. All right. Well, that is going to bring us here to our winner, Adam Kilday, buddy. Awesome job pulling the upset. Man, pulling out all the stops. You managed to do it. Man, talk about it, because you were fighting there with Rick Sanchez and Anthony English, Paul Servant, and several other drivers out here tonight. You led 29 laps here tonight too, but awesome job, man.
Yeah. I mean, I think it played more in my favor because talking to the guys, they were more lenient on just wanting to finish up front, get the points where they were at, and go into the next week in a good buffer spot. So I was anticipating some moves to be made, but it's like, nah, Sanchez was committed to pushing me there. So I was like, all right, he's peaking low to get air, so let's let him do that. And he was able to keep the top in a good, reasonable spot to where the bottom wasn't able to come back. And then yeah, that I mean, at the end, the game plan did work where you get the white flag, and I was gonna, I kind of just wanted to be where I was at up in the second. So if Sanchez made the move, I didn't want to do anything egregious or throw a block at that point because it wouldn't really uh, benefit me.
Yeah.
It turned out just staying second played out in the favor in the end. But no, didn't want to cause nothing, and I'm glad we had a good clean finish there. 2 cautions for 6 laps.
Yeah.
It seemed like a normal super speedway race, except minus the truck package. Some of us aren't a fan of. I'm not a fan of. I still miss the push like crazy temp management trucks we used to have, where it's like gridlocked. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, even though, nobody really likes the draft package, unfortunately, everybody's got to race it because, that's just part of it. But, I was going for a non chase driver here tonight. And I didn't care who it was, but I like
oh
seeing, yeah, I like seeing, people pull the upset. And, Adam, I know you're not in the chase. So, hey, my wish came true.
yeah. I mean, Hunter's not here to do it,
Oh,
so I was
well,
like,
yeah.
I'll show up in his place. Yeah.
Well, next week, Talladega, the final round of the top 16. Like I said, I know you're not in the top 16, but, just like everybody else, you're out here to race. You're out here to win. You're out here to do Adam things. So, I know tonight, top line dominant. It was pretty much that way all night long. That bottom line just could not get going. Next week, probably going to be a little bit different next week. How do you feel about
Yeah.
Talladega going into it?
Uh, it should be a lot more um fun per se. Oh boy. Hopefully, we'll see a bigger, 3 wide run with people making the middle work more comfortably. But I've been kind of enjoying like what uh I've been doing, showing up to these past 2 or so races, so just riding. So probably stick with that. We're not in the points, but it's probably preferred because in this moment, I'm probably pretty burnt out on chasing points for a while. So just driving and racing your race,
Yeah,
maybe racing for a win and not worrying about anything else is definitely a good change, in the
yeah,
iRacing deal here. We set us up for a little challenge last week. I actually wasn't going to show up, and then I saw that flyer Overstreet posted a few days before. It's like double points for the top 3. I'm like, well, I'm like 25, 20 something points out of the cut. Why not see if I could set myself up in a position to maybe bump my way into the top 16 or whatnot? But no, we actually got there at the end. We were in a position to maybe get those points. But then it came down to that last stop where that last caution, I didn't have enough fuel to make
yeah.
another restart, and I was laughing about it. I was like, "Dang, we were right there to get it." And didn't work, but probably for the better good, because yeah, we're not in the points. So yeah,
Yeah, if you'd have possibly got a top 3 out of it, it'd have probably propelled you right up inside of the top 16. So,
yeah, just needed a little bit of more luck is all.
Mm. Well, I gotta say, you had a good night out here tonight, buddy. Bringing it home in the victory lane. Talladega, I think, should be um, a very entertaining next week. Like I said, 3 lanes. Hopefully it's not outside line dominant like we seen out here tonight. Boy, if it's just 1 lane at Talladega, that's not gonna be very fun.
No, it's I was talking with Paul like what other options are there? Because you have the Arca, the new Arca car, which is like a twin package of the Gen 6, but I think it's even worse of a
Ooh,
side draft on the Arca car, but that's about the same. Gen 403s, maybe they're pretty much have the same copy and paste aero package done by iRacing. Thank you, iRacing devs. And there's more to come, man. What else is there? Like the Xfinity maybe might have it some, but that might be more lenient. But it would be a toss up if you want natural super speedway racing again. You choose either between next gens or maybe Xfinity.
Yeah.
Legacy Gen 4 used to be pretty good, but they broke those cards in a
Oh,
recent update. Yeah, they're real laggy, netcodey. They're like twitchy on the track. They're bad. They're probably a horrible option to pick at the moment until iRacing comes out with a patch to fix those. But if they do, I would say Legacy Gen 4 would be the best way to go when that gets fixed.
I guess we'll find out. Right now, we got to contend with the trucks the rest of the season. So I guess we'll see what happens. But awesome job out here tonight, Adam. I know you got a few final thought shout outs, things you want to give before you go celebrate your victory out here tonight. So I'll turn the mic back over to you, buddy.
Yeah, we'll do a shout out to Sanchez there for the crazy pushes at the end. Shout out to nobody in the Discord. I wasn't invited. Oh boy.
Wow.
Who else? Anyone who may have helped me at some point. The green flag pit cycles and all that. Shout out to those guys. Who else? Yeah, shout out MaxspeedTV again. On YouTube. Checkered Flag, Motorsports Speedway Monkeys, Super Speedway League here. Shout out to the admins and all these guys that put on this league. So yeah, everyone's time is greatly appreciated across the scene.
Yeah, definitely. So it takes it takes everybody to do this, from league admins to drivers to race control to broadcasters to drivers, fans. It takes a whole group of us. So not just one person. I don't think could do it, man. That would be rough. So but yeah, it takes everybody to do it. So Adam, go celebrate your victory out here tonight, buddy. Hopefully we'll see you next week back at it at Talladega, buddy. Awesome job.
Yeah, will do, man. You take it easy.
I sure will, buddy.
All right.
Yeah, later. All right, Adam Kilday bringing it home into victory lane out here tonight. Man, pulling the upset. Taking points away from the chase drivers. That's what I love to see. I love to see it. So definitely seen it out here tonight. But getting down here to the unofficial results, finna get the admin stuff they have to do out here tonight. Checkered Flag Motorsports Speedway Monkeys. Adam Kilday with the win out here tonight. Rick Sanchez, one of the chase drivers, going to have really good points going into next week at Talladega, finishing second, along with Paul Servant there in third, Anthony English fourth, Rich Seabrands fifth. Alex Giffen going to finish in sixth here tonight. Andrew Schroeder seventh, Lynn McNeese in eighth. Good run there by Andrew. Nick Wing ninth, David O rounding out the top 10. Russ Hancock in 11th, Mark Mann in 12th, Sean Stevens 13th, Dustin Burkhart 14th, Les Levy 15th, David Palmer 16th, James Mayer 17th, Chris Brian Baker at 18th, Dave Hunt 19th, Dana Osborne in 20th here this evening. Andy Brigante 21st, Joshua Westendorf 22nd, Del Rapp 23rd, Donald Stewart 24th, Bubba Winningham 25th. A big shout out to Bubba sponsoring tonight's race. I know not the outcome he wanted, but a big shout out to Bubba. Great guy right there to talk to, just to chill with as well. So big shout out to Bubba sponsoring tonight. Michael Pratt in 26th, and rounding out our field will be Brian Eschball here tonight. But again, our winner tonight, Adam Kilday here, Checker Flag Motorsports Speedway Monkeys, round one of two of the top 16. Of course, next week, Talladega, the final round of the top 16 HHR 200 by Jimmy Riddles. 8:45 Eastern, 7:45 Central, right here on MaxspeedTV. Of course, tomorrow night, Monday, OP premiere right here on MaxspeedTV. 8:45 Eastern, 7:45 Central. You don't want to miss it. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in here tonight. Until tomorrow night, stay safe. Thank you all again, folks, and have a good night.